Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Still not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Maybe one day. Good afternoon. Today is the 24th of March. This is part 13 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2024 Practical Classics Classic Car Restoration Show here at the NEC in Birmingham. I do apologise in advance if the video quality is terrible, if the autofocus is bad, if I fall over, if I get things wrong, if I get interrupted by announcements of people who know me. I'm afraid it's just the way that goes on this channel. So you've turned up at the Sunbeam Lotus Owners Club. We've called the Talbot Sunbeam Lotus, despite the fact that people call them other things. This is a pre-facelift one, sort of 79 to 80. This is a French registered one. That's interesting. I've never seen one of these before. It's a French one. And then we've got one that's a bit later on a Y plate to be about 82. I think we're production 81 actually, but many of these were registered in 82. They're just twin cam engines sitting nicely in there. So yes, I've always wanted to try one of these, but for some reason I'm a very strange person. I'd like to try the standard one of the old Hill Avenger engines. Right, Midas. It's a mini base kit car. It's a gold convertible. Do we have a year on here? Oh, okay. This one was with a key plate, of course, and so is this one. So, yeah. This is was bought in '88 and then completed a bit later. And then we've got another key plate, good old kit car system they used to employ. This one was registered in 1989. Kit was actually collected the same year. That's a fast build then. Okay, Mini Clubman Estate. That's quite nice. I like the look of this one. We've got a full instrument pack in it as well. And that engine has been sort of modified, I think. What are we? Sort of 78, 79 on a T. We've been loved by some chaps in the past as well. G, so 89, 90, that one there, and then a 1275 GT. These have really got up in value recently. Someone's got some Dunlop, I think with De Novo, those wheels are called. And of course you've got a Panama hat in the back because all the best people wear Panama hats. 76, 77 registration. Let's go on to some Volkswagen action, some Midland buggy clubs. So that's based on a 7071 Beetle. So you can see the fuel tanks in the front, so does the filler. Can't remember what most of these are called. So it's based on a 73, 74 Beetle. I keep thinking about seeing For Your Eyes Only with Charles Dance on the beach as one of the henchmen. Goodness me. A bright sort of purple and pink one. Back to the future. Excellent. Somebody's got a sense of humour, which you probably need for a car like this. What's that? Same sort of era, early 70s, 71 to 72. Another pink one. Goodness gracious me. Does this got like a make name on it? What does that say? Oh, yes, and Midas. I've heard of these. This is sort of like older kits, these ones. Still very pink. And then we've got something else made of the same sort of material. We've got a Chevy Corvette. But we've got three of them. Do we have an information sheet here? Chevrolet Corvette Stingray C3 convertible. It's a 1974. That's rather nice. I prefer this one though. I like the colour of this 1970 model. Bought blind in 2018. Not the most advisable way to buy a car, but never mind. Yeah, that is pretty nice. This one's a hard top. Don't fall over. 71 C3 Coupe. Right, let's go on to some Microcars. That's just a bit KR21 1958. Whatever the heck this thing is. Fent Lastenholmer. Okay, FMR go-kart. FMR, of course, the company that made these, the Messerschmitts. I think they were called a different name from the ones that were registered in the UK. It's 63, that one. Well, the plate says that. Yeah, I mean, that's how it opened. You can get 2 people in there, although I would be absolutely terrified in something like that. Got some scooters, we can skip those, I don't know anything about them. We can go on to some other bubble cars. What's that one? I'll have a look at the doors. It sort of actually is a good way for me to tell you. That's a Trojan. Yeah, they were built, I think, in like Croydon or something bizarre like that. Variant of a German Heinkel. In fact, there is a Heinkel one. Left-hand drive. That is another Heinkel as well. And there's a Trojan, which for some reason this one's left-hand drive. I don't quite know why. I think production of these finished around 1964, 65, so we're quite a late one. Meadows Frisky Sport, which, yeah, Meadows, I think, were the same company that made sort of engines, from memory. That one looked even more sporty. I don't know what that one's called. And then we've got another Meadows Frisky Sport and another Meadows Frisky Sport. This one's a 57. It's not too bad, is it, viewers? Although, don't know if you drive something like that, I wouldn't feel very safe. So, Pure Silver Project. This is a, say what year this R53 Cooper S is? No. Came out, I think, in 2002. I have reviewed one on No Budget Reviews, actually, because very occasionally you can get one for under £1,000, although I would not advise you buy one of those for under £1,000. But this isn't just one of those. This is John Cooper Works model. Yeah, this is even more power than the standard Cooper S. Again, personal plates abound. I can't really tell you. This one I think still has the original plate on it, so 2003 to 4. So Y register, which is for the very first VR50 Minis, and then there's the O2 S register, which is related. This is a very early R53. It's in very nice condition, that one. This is very, very early R50 Mini. It's not a press car. TM is not the right area of registration where the press cars came from, so it'd be like a sort of pilot build one. They were around for sort of technical and dealer training and things like that, because the Mini was a brand new mark to sell in BMW showrooms. The 04 Capri register, I think they were called the R52, these ones. They were launched in 2004. You get a standard model like this, standard Cooper, and then you get a Cooper S version, well, like this one here. They are good fun to drive, these, actually. They are good fun. This Richards and Furious driving does have an Y-Reg early R50 Mini. That one's a 2004 as well, surprisingly. Now, the sequence for registrations on the early R50 Minis was Y something 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 OBL, and here is one, this black Cooper here. Those were the original press cars. And then we've got an R53 with something really strange going on under the bonnet. If that were my car, I'm not quite sure I'd do that, but it's all down personal preference. And of course, yeah, another Y-Reg one, which looks a bit like Mr. Richardson's one. And of course, I have actually driven it. I drove it in like 2020, a long time ago now. So we've got some old Fords going on here. Is this a Popular? Yeah, that's a Popular. I think they introduced it in about 53 and went till sort of 59. Very similar to the old, I think it was the Anglia. And then we've got a Model 7W. This must be before they branded all their commercial vehicles as Thames. What year is that? So that's like a 37 or 38. Not a very long-lived model then. We've got here another Ford Popular. That looks in much sort of better than a lot of them. It's a bit of work to do, but not too much. Popstalgia, superb. Right, what have we got here? This is a much bigger thing, isn't it? Oh yeah, this is a Thames van. Forget the actual sort of full title of these now. Oop. And there's another full Popular there. So it's ripe for conversion into a dragster or something, I imagine. That, I'm not sure. Ooh, hello. This is owned by Andrew from the Cornish Car Collectors YouTube channel. His business is called Pentor Cars. This is a 1992 Sierra 2-litre XR 4x4. That would be a fantastic car to drive. Headlamp wiper action, everything going on as well. Then we've got some other cars on the XR Owners Club stand here. Northwest branch apparently. That's a very late Mark IV XR3i. I think it's got the sort of last year only alloys on it. I might be wrong actually, but I might have changed it a bit later than this one. There's a Cabrio as well. We might have to go round actually get to the Cabrio, which we will do. This is XR3i. I almost switched over their views, but I didn't quite. RS steering wheel, which you could get. Both of these are absolutely immaculate, and I think the wheels on them look really good. I'm just trying to work out whether those are standard ones or not. This Capri is a very interesting colour. I wonder if that's got an information sheet. That's just a brochure, okay. No idea then. So that's 1990. This one, I'm not sure. This one looks remarkably standard actually. And we've got tape storage as well. That is superb. That wasn't much earlier. This is a Mark III Escort XR3, and it's from the press fleet. Essex plate, registered in 1980. I remember Jackie Stewart being sort of seen with these in publicity material at the time. That looks great, cloverleaf alloys and everything. We do like our sort of nostalgic Fords on this channel, don't we, viewers? So, Dodge, I can't remember what this name's called now. Sort of dragster thing. Oh, I forget it might be a Dart, it might be something else. I've completely forgotten what these are called now. And then we've got, I think it's the Chevy. Yes, Chevy SS. Can't remember what model that is now. And Ford, Galaxy, is that? Can't remember. We better run away before my ignorance is discovered to use. Oh, Popular. This is the kind of later Popular after that Citizen Beg version we saw earlier was discontinued. So this would be sort of 5961, I think these were made. Yeah, someone's put a 1.8 turbo Mazda MX-5 engine in it with 5-speed gearbox, which probably makes it a bit easier to drive than the old side valve in it. And then we've got a 1947 Ford Coupe. I think the car in Back to the Future 2 that Biff has is 46 Ford. 1930 Ford Model A. Brilliant. Okay, we better keep going. We've got a couple of old racing cars. Oh yes, no, these are the kit of a home-built Tipo 184. It's based on an NB pre-facelift MX-5. That's crazy. Wow, you can recycle your MX-5 into a Tipo 184 should you wish. That might be a bit expensive though, so I won't do that. Okay, keep going. Gilbert Invader sort of hiding in this trailer. Bangers and Cash. No, sorry, it's not a Gilbert Invader. It's an Alfa Romeo 105 Series Coupe. I do apologise. It looks a bit like a Gilbert Invader though. Porsche 928. That looks rather nice. Do you have any idea of how old this is in things? I don't think we do. Oh, it's a GT. It's what, late 80s. Most of them are automatic. That one's a manual, so it's quite rare. And then we've got Practical Classics themselves, the sponsor of the event, working on that very late Mark II Mini. Depending on whether that's a Morris or an Austin, it'll be a Countryman or a Traveller. And then Oliver is here. Yes. I've always wondered why the car's a 63 plate, but it's 62. I've always wondered about it. Obviously from one of those Top Gear specials in Botswana back in the day. Oliver's looking very well. All right, 1937 Austin 7 Special, Practical Classics and Classics World. Practical Classics World. Interesting. 37 Austin. Right, well, we'll have to come back to that Land Rover because we might be able to talk about that. Okay, smart. I think they call these the coupe. There was a roadster version as well. It's a Brabus version, it's a normal one. Yeah. Typically my ancient phone that I've been using has died. I am going to have to replace that phone. Okay, I can't talk about that Land Rover good. Carry on. BMW E36 convertible. Be the sort of later version. It's quite nice. It's a 318i. It's base model. It's still very nice though. And a Marina Coupe. I think that's in Line Flower. This one, 71. It's a really early one. Super Coupe. Brilliant. The early Marinas had different front ends depending on what engine was in them. Oh, a Ford Probe. I like these views. I'm quite fond of these actually. Is this a V6 or a 4-cylinder one? It's a 24 valves, a V6. Does that actually have information about the year? No, we'll just have to say it's 1997, 1998. It's quite a late one for those. Very early Mark II Escort 2-door. That'll be 67 or 68. 68. It started life as London popular. Of course, it's been reshelled. Two-door Escorts, of course, are worth a lot of money. Right, I think we probably can't talk about this Escort van, so we won't. We will keep going. And we've got a Fiesta van here as well. It's I think a Mark 1 facelift one. And it's had a swap to a blacktop ZTEC R engine. Ford Sierra RS Cosworth hatch. Is this 500 or it's a normal one? I think all of them were made either in about 1986 or 87. Sort of D's and E's they were. Standard one apparently. Mark 1 Transit. Sprite Wayfarer. Sprite was I think a caravan manufacturer. That is a 67, 68. That's an early one. And then we've got this enormous big sort of four-wheel drive one from the early 80s. I think that is, yeah, Mark II pre-facelift. Facelift's a little bit later than that, I think, from memory. Could be wrong though. That's a very early one. It's 1966. That's an extremely early one. Wow. Transit Custom. That's where the name comes from for the current series of Custom. And we've got another probe here. I wonder if that's a press cut. It's got an Essex plate on it. We'll just have a look at the information sheet we've got here. It's also a 24 valve. Okay. And then we've got one with a full leather interior, very similar to a Mazda MX-6. They're sort of based on the same platform. This one, 94-95, and that one is 95-96. Right, we're just going to keep going with that stuff in the background. Very, very nice Mark III Cortina here. It's a 2-litre GT. That is in immaculate condition, isn't it? So if you want to see Fords at the NEC, you go to the November show where there's a whole hall dedicated to them. Or South African Ford Cortina 3000 XLE. This is very late for a Mark III. They kept in Mark III in South Africa a little bit later than over here. So that'll be, oh my gosh, 5-speed gear, electric power steering, cruise control, LED lights, full sound system, fantastic. Let's just take a little look in here. The ultimate in absolute abject luxury. The only thing it doesn't have is electric windows, but it's got everything else, hasn't it? And we've got the louvers on the back, and yeah, Piranha. Basil Green Motors, so a fantastic thing from South Africa who made all those Piranhas. Right, we have some Ford Capri 280s here, unofficially known as the Brooklands. 87 registration, but these were all made in late 1986. Production finished in December, and the Brooklands was the last of the line special edition. So all registered in 87 or maybe 88, but made all of them in sort of November, December 86. Worth quite a lot of money now. I think probably like 30-35 grand some of these. I mean, they're very nice. It's just you know, you pay a little bit of a Ford tax with cars like this. Ooh, have we got some Piranha action going on here? Yes, we have, viewers. Mark 1 Capri Piranha by Basil Green Motors of South Africa. V8 and that, ported over here at some point, 71, 72. Then a Mark 1 Granada, also a Piranha. We like Mark 1 Granada's, viewers. For the 5th anniversary of the channel, I drove a Mark 1 Granada, a Great British Car Journey. It was 2.5 though, not this crazy V8 version. That looks very, very smart indeed though. Correct wheels, vinyl roof, absolutely, utterly tasty. I like what someone's done with this P100. It's got a 2.9 Cologne V6 in it. And four-wheel drive. Obviously, you know, these were based on the Sierra, the later P100s. The earlier ones were based on the Cortina. Fantastic. I wonder what year this actually is, or it's a show plate. You can see we've got, I think that's the MT75 gearbox in there. Electric windows and all kinds of things. And we've got a racing Sierra here. Is this an earlier or later one? It's an earlier, it's a pre-facelift one. 85, 86. I wonder if that's some kind of crazy Cosworth engine in here. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's a Cosworth. And we've got some Granadas. Mark II Granada with an interesting grill on it. We've got an information sheet here. 84 modified Mark II Granada 3.1 V6. Cosworth T5 manual gearbox, 168 horsepower. Totally done in leather. Only the Gearx executives actually got leather interiors on the Mark II Granadas. We've got a Mark III. Now I am hoping to do a review of a Mark III very soon. I've been after one of these for absolutely ages. In fact, why don't we take a look at the back of this one? Oh, it's a full leather as well. This must be a really nice spec, this one. Oh, it's a police one. It's a 2-litre twin cam one, but it's a Scorpio. Interesting specification. Executive trim apparently, done about badge on the back, or that might be an aftermarket one, I don't know. Late Mark 1, it's a facelift Mark 1, this would be about a 77 on an S. Gear, very nice. Yeah, vinyl roof in, I can't remember the name of this brown, that is superb, viewers, we like that. And then a Granada 2.8 injection. This is an early facelift, 81, 82 on an X, with, I think it's a 4-speed manual in there. Yeah, definitely a facelift because of the mirrors. And then we've got some more Granadas here. Yes, very nice views. 4 Granadas Mark II Series 1 pre-facelift 2.3 GL with some crazy wheels on it. Still got the Cologne V6, just a smaller capacity. 79 to 80 pre-facelift. This estate, I've been told about this. This looks beautiful. This actually is the original colour scheme for the car. It was a motorsport support vehicle, hence on the roof you've got fuel cans and tyres and things. So it was completely registered about 1978. That is in really nice condition actually. Very, very nice indeed. And it's an injection one. It's a number plate 0033 2 zeros. 2-litre L Granada. This is like the kind of the least powerful spec and lowest spec you get in this country. Wow, so that is a 79 to 80. You don't see too many 2-litre base spec Mark II Granadas really. They tend to be the sort of upper specs, the ones that survive anyway. Right, more Sierra Cosworth, hatch action. Value of these is going up as I'm walking around them. And an RS500, even more so. Interesting registration, something CVH, there's not a CVH in there. Ooh, wow, so we've got unrestored on an E-plate and we've got restored on an E-plate. Brilliant. It's a restoration show after all. That's fantastic. goodness knows what that's going to be worth when it's actually restored, but it's probably worth an awful lot in that condition as well as it is. Oh, that's crazy. It's a Crayford Cortina convertible, be a Mark 5, probably based sort of two-door. The only two-door versions you could get of normal saloons in this country at the time were a 1.3 and 1.6. It's very clean looking, isn't it? 81 to 82 registration. Another one. How on earth have they found two of these? They're sort of the rarest things ever. How have they found two of these? That's really crazy. And that one's a 1.3L. Yeah, as I said, the 1.6 are the only two-door models available from Mark 5 Cortina in this country. And then we've got some serious stuff here. 1974 Mark 1 Escort Mexico. Again, like the Sierra RS Cosworth hatches, these are going up in value as I'm walking around. And we have the most modified 100E Anglia ever. Look at that, by Zach Speed and all sorts of things. I'm more interested though in this 1988 Mark IV Escort 1.6 GL. Now, the wheels are not standard, they're actually Peugeot wheels, which is weird. Often you can fit Peugeot wheels to Ford and other cars. It's crazy, but I like that. Don't know if I'd really want to have those on there. I want maybe some I don't know, some XR3i wheels or something, but that's just me. And we've got a Cortina. It's not a Lotus Cortina, it is actually a GT, but it's probably equally as fast as a GT, sometimes as a Lotus. And we've got a 5-speed gearbox in there, that's handy. Lots and lots of power, 175 horsepower. That is what's the 68. And we've got some more popular action. This is the 100E popular, I think. Yeah, 1960 100E popular. It's like a value option when that familiar Angular 105E, I think they were called, came in. Another one of these side valve engines, so that's not a full side valve anymore, is it? It's something a lot more interesting. Oh, V6, yeah. And then a much more standard looking 100E here. That, I think, is a Prefect. I hope it is anyway, because otherwise I'll get hammered in the comments section. Ooh, we've got lots and lots of Consul Capris going on here. They were only made from 61 to 64. They outlasted the Consul Classic, like this one, or Consul 315 they're also called, which had one of the shortest production runs of any Ford ever. Just for styling, just kind of didn't catch on with buyers, and also the engine was originally a 1340cc engine, wasn't particularly good. So yeah, Capri, Consul Classic, and then we've got another Capri here, just a shell. It's a very nice looking shell. 1961 Consul 315 or Classic. It's a very, very early one. Once the UK registered, I plan to convert to right-hand drive for its UK specs. It's a French specification one. I can't imagine we would have sold an awful lot of those in France. Would have been more popular to have the German Fords, perhaps. But we've got Ford Puma. Is this a racing Puma? Yes, it is, with that amazing Z-Tech SE engine 1.7, but modified. I think it looked like 153 horsepower these had. That's fantastic, because it's based on the same platform as a Mark 4 and 5 Fiesta. You could just fit a Puma front end to your Fiesta van, which is amazing. I fully approve of that. That's fantastic. Another one of these racing vehicles. I can't remember if they only came in this colour or not. Someone in the comment section can tell me. But here's a white one. Maybe it's modified to look like the racing Puma. Right, Ford Corsairs. This is a Crayford Corsair, the convertible version. Now let's just have a look at this one. Often the Corsair V4s will actually tell you if it's a V4. That is a 64, so I think that's a pre-V4 one. Skip that Peugeot van. Two-door Escort RS2000 and the wide body kit at that. I mean, that would be an expensive car. This is a more standard looking one. Please don't touch. Yeah, fair enough. A facelifted one, getting professional vibes from this. Well, that was a 76 car, or 77 actually it is, that one. This is a much later one, it's sort of 1979 to 80 on the V, a facelift one. Someone's so proud that they've got mirrors underneath it. Yeah, 79. Obviously the person who knew in Edinburgh wanted it in August, so they must have been very happy with that. First production, 1973, Ford Capri RS3100. They don't actually say RS3100 on them, they say other things, but not that, which makes them incredibly confusing. And in 2019, when I went to the 50th birthday of the Capri, there were some of these here, and I kept calling them the wrong thing, and I got lambasted in the comments about the fact that that name doesn't appear anywhere on the car. Ooh, got some Mark III Fiestas here. Wonder if any of these is the RS 1800, I think these were, and there was also an RS Turbo, which this one is. Yes, fantastic. What's that, kind of J9192, and this is also an RS Turbo with a huge exhaust on an H, same as my Volvo 460, 91, sorry, yeah, about 91. Interesting front lamps there, very max power. So we have got a V4 Corsair here and an old Transit horse box, but that front end suggests to me it's either a V6 or we can't talk about it, so we'll play safe there. 1969 2000E Corsair, so the most luxurious Corsair they made, but that has seen better days. But this is a restoration show after all, so it's welcome. Officer insurance stand. There are some cars on here, including this 1975 Vauxhall HC Viva Glacier Blue. That is a really nice example of one of those actually. I've driven one of these, an earlier one than this. It's in 72 with no servo brakes, which was interesting. 026 Ford Model T, it's a very late Model T. I've actually been offered to have a go in a Model T. Someone I actually know has one of these, but I'm not so sure that I want to. I've heard how bad the brakes are, and how you have to drive them in a completely different way from every other car, so perhaps not. And then we've got this fascinating Peugeot 205, but it's not a GTI, it's something else entirely. It's something called a Peugeot 205 Dimmer with a 1.9 engine. If you want to actually have one like this, it costs considerably more than something like this. But this is an 88 and it's got a beige leather interior, which is rather nice. And I do like a nice beige leather interior. So plenty of excitement still building on the Polonaise stand here. It looks like they've finished something. That's ready to go, is it? Fantastic. Well, anyway, that's it. For once, we've actually come in under the estimated number of parts at this show. I don't know what this says about it. Answer in the comments section below. But thank you ever so much once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video in the comment below, and we shall see you again at some other event, probably on Easter Sunday. Say goodbye, Mr. Coleman.
Bye, Mr. Coleman.